silver bullet. So what I wanted to talk about today was how to become a champion. And I'm often asked for my silver bullet solutions to success. And this is the first one. In my mind, you don't become a champion. A champion isn't like a title that you hold. It's the way that you act. So each and every one of us has the capacity to be a champion in the context of our own lives, if that makes sense. And I think there are various strategies, various behaviours, various characteristics we can adopt that make us more likely to have success, be a champion in our own lives. The first one, the first strategy, or the first philosophy, I guess, is you've got to know what you're passionate about. You have to. So many people bumble through their lives not knowing what makes them happy, not knowing what drives them, not knowing what motivates them, because we're too stuck in trying to live our lives how we think other people think that we should. You know, Erica and Warren haven't always run 33 Shake. They jumped into the unknown and they followed what they realised their passion really, really was. And they're working their asses off, and that's why I'm really, really happy to support them. But what I admire the most is that they truly believe in what they're doing. So everyone should truly, truly believe in what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Secondly, you cannot be afraid to make a change. Yes, we are all, excuse my language, shit scared of change. Because it's the unknown. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. We don't know what people are going to think. Warwick and Aaron didn't know what would happen when they launched 33 Shake. But the worst thing is not knowing. The worst thing is looking back and thinking, what if I'd have done that? Because in my mind, if you never try, you'd never know. If I had not dared to try the marathon, I would never have gotten into running. If I had not dared to try a triathlon, I would never be standing here. If I'd not dared to go to Nepal, I wouldn't have seen and had some of the experiences that have changed my life forever. You have to be prepared to make a change. Even if you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Because the worst thing is looking back and thinking, what if I'd have done that? Just more practical suggestions for being successful, especially in triathlon. Having a plan, but it's got to be sensible. So I just thought I would give you some more practical tips for what this plan should look like and how you should approach your triathlon training. And the first one is the most important one, is to remember that triathlon is one sport and it's not three. It's made up of 3 disciplines, but it's one sport. And I'm always amazed by how many people focus solely on the disciplines. They compartmentalise them, forgetting that in doing so, they negatively impact on the other 2. For example, I'll have someone say to me, Chrissie, I want to improve my run. My run's my weakest discipline. I want to improve my run. And I'll say to them, look, what's your bike training like? What's your position on the bike? What are you eating on the bike? What equipment are you using on the bike? And they'll say, no, you misheard me. I'm talking about the run. I want to improve my run. And I'll say, I'm talking about the run too. I was a fast runner, not only because of the run training I did, but because of what I did on the bike in the race. The position on the bike, I was set up not as a time trialist, because that would close your hips off and you would be walking like a tin man on the run, if you can walk or run at all. You've got to open your hips out, so you need a comfortable position, not on a really, really aggressive position. Do you want your arms together so you close off your chest? Or do you want them open so that when you run, you're used to putting your shoulders back? Do you want to wear an aero helmet that may gain you 5 minutes on the bike, but you wonder at 30k into the marathon why you're dehydrated, and you're blaming it on your nutrition, or you're blaming it on the heat, or you're blaming it on the run. It's not. It's the decisions that you make on the bike that affect the run, if that makes sense. So you have to see triathlon as one sport and not three. Your training plan has to fit with you. So many people are trying to match what their friends are doing and forgetting that you need to fit the training plan around you, your goals, and your lifestyle. A sensible plan will have four, this is at the most basic level, but 4 types of session, whether it's swim, bike, or run. So the first one is easy stuff. So steady stuff, easy pace, you can talk. The next one is your strength work. So in the pool, you'll see people using paddles. You might see them have pull buoy and a band around their ankles as well. So they're doing strength work. On the run and the bike, that's hill repeats. Sometimes over gearing. So you're working on your strength. The 4th type of session is race pace. Race pace work. So you're working on your race pace. That's how you ingrain your race pace into every fibre of your being. That's how I know, without a computer, without a watch, how fast I'm biking or how fast I'm running. I know because I've trained myself to understand and to internalise that race pace. And then the last one is the one that hurts like hell and we all avoid it, are the interval sessions. They're the ones that are faster than race pace, but as the name suggests, you get a rest interval in between. So you need to incorporate elements of all of those pieced together throughout the plan. It does depend on what stage you're at. If you're an absolute novice, you'll focus more on the first 2. If you're a more advanced athlete, you'll definitely start to incorporate the speed work. Sorry, but you will not get faster unless you do the speed work. You won't. You have to know how to hurt. You have to put yourself out of your comfort zone and do the hard sessions that really make you suffer if you want to get faster. It's not gratuitous masochism. You can't do it all the time, but you have to learn. You have to learn how to push yourself beyond what your race pace is. Consistency is absolutely key.